My name is Angela Baer, but I go by Angie. The dream for this farm began October 3 years ago. We didn't really know it was our own farm dream, but my husband and I, Jeff and I, went away on a little trip together. And the whole purpose of it was to connect, to get our hearts to connect. We had been married, over 20 years, and we could see that it takes more intentionality to be together. At that point, it was just a matter of months before we found out that this place would be available at auction. And of course, with an auction, you don't know who's gonna win the bid. So we came to the auction and we knew where our limitations were, and we knew that it could end up that we didn't get this place. And we also knew that God was the one bringing us to that point of being together, of being intentional about what that meant for the future for us. And so we knew that if it wasn't this place, it'd be another place. It'd be something else that He orchestrates for us. And so I had a peace, but I was still very nervous. In fact, I felt like during that auction that the whole room could hear my heart beating because it was loud inside of me. One of the biggest things that I had to learn and walk through in this time was to not let my hopes down. Don't get your hopes down. Because I had told myself all my life, don't get your hopes up, then you won't be disappointed. And now the story had changed, and it was don't get your hopes down. Believe for the things that are dreams in your heart. And it was really awesome to watch that materialize. So that was definitely a pro. And getting to partner with God in that, and praying with Him and talking with Him every day, and just really pouring my heart into a lot of these places without letting myself back away and be a little more vulnerable in my approach to talking to Him about my feelings. And the stakes were pretty high because my husband and I both are independent contractors. We don't just have this set salary that we know and expect a certain amount of money. So anytime you're getting a loan like that, it's gonna raise eyebrows to the bank, oh, okay. we need to know that you have a steady income. And as farmers, your income fluctuates with how the market goes. We did have some challenges with the loan. Initially, it was like no problem. We just jumped right in and found that the house that was here on the property was not going to suit us at all, and it would cost more for us to renovate and build on to that house than it would to build new. So the extra expenses in what it took to level the first house and start new and build a new house was an unexpected thing, which had its own pros and cons. I was definitely not against building a new house, but I had never experienced it. I had no grid for it. I didn't know what I was getting into. And in a very short time, we laid out the house plans in 3 weeks. From beginning to end, we poured over how to lay the house out and what colors to pick and everything. When we came, there were so many ideas, and learning about horses was a big one for me because I loved horses and I knew some. We've had ponies, and so I had a little bit of experience, but the learning curve was huge, dealing with horses and with people and expectations there, and learning how to manage that was a big learning curve. Also, the expectations of how we would work together on the farm. And going through, really, there's a little bit of loss for me because my oldest son never got to live here, and that was really ripping for my heart. That the first Christmas we moved, 2 weeks before Christmas we moved in, and that first Christmas together, he came for the first time, during the holidays to see the house, and it really tore my heart that he couldn't have experienced that part with us, because we had been, just as a family together, and now our oldest is leaving home now, and then as it goes, everybody's getting very busy and moving on in life, and that's a natural progression. You expect that in your kids, but that was a piece that felt like lost to me, that why didn't we have this sooner, and the timing of things, why, God? And then at the same time, but I'm so thankful for the story. I have no idea what you had in mind. I couldn't have planned it all, but I trust that you had a good thing in mind. I've been here almost 2 years, and I'm starting to feel the rhythm of how the farm works. And I'm seeing the places, okay, we could do this here, or that definitely isn't gonna work there. I had a garden idea set up and it flopped, and it's not gonna happen there, so I need a new plan. And that's been a real fun thing to discover. There's a lot of discovery here and learning about the place. And of course, on that end, we're dreaming even more. A lot more dreams come together and ideas, and learning how to even talk about those dreams when we're so busy and so strapped for time and energy and all of that. But on that journey, I think the biggest thing in this whole picture is that Jeff and I learned a lot about appreciating each other and the commitment to each other. And it didn't have to happen here to learn that. It's just a beautiful picture that God gave us to walk that out. And I'm like, my whole life is grateful to him. Like, I couldn't have arranged this scenario to learn some of those pieces about living life together. I couldn't have fit that all together myself. He knew the perfect situation for us. So.
Sound man? Can I sound man? I can sound man. All right, what do you do?
Good luck remembering all this. But Jeff vocal, Jaron vocal, me vocal, my guitar, Dad's keyboard.
Okay, got it.
Zach,
Keyboard or guitar?
guitar.
Same. Okay.
We started.